everyone, it's me Jamila and I'm here with some big news. I've been working on a project since I took a semester off of school and it's been in the work for the last couple of months now, and it is something that I feel really passionate about. But let me start with my background story. So, background story is this. My first year of college at University of Miami was possibly the roughest year of my life. Even after I had left for the summer, it was still rough. But I made it through, thankfully. I'm here today, and it was a struggle from the beginning. Going to a school that was much bigger than my high school. My high school was small. Much bigger than my high school, being one out of 2,000 freshmen, I guess, which is the size of a high school. So imagine that being your college. And I really got there and was carrying feelings that I had in high school to college. And that wasn't healthy. I wasn't taking care of myself. And when I say I wasn't taking care of myself, there'd be days I wouldn't eat. There'd be days when I pigged out. There'd be days where I'd go, I'd say, I'm full, I'm fine. And I ate like one sandwich. Or I would just be always hungry. So I was fluctuating. There were days where I would sleep all day long, and there were days where I couldn't sleep at all, and there were days where I would lock myself in my room and try to keep everyone away from me. There were days where I would try to be around people, but just for the sake of them being around me, I wouldn't really even participate. It was rough, and people would call me sometimes, very rarely actually. I'd usually be the one calling others, but people would call me and text me and I wouldn't get back to them, or if I did, it'd be days later. It just got to the point where I'm just like, I don't feel like I fit in here, because the people I was surrounded with were not like the kids I went to high school with for the most part. And so I did befriend someone that was like my best friend, because they reminded me of everything that I had left at home. And eventually this person did a 360 on me. So on top of the feelings I was already having, because that year, I had a death in the family. It's already tough just leaving home. I was the only child. Left all my friends who were like my family, and they went to other schools. So it almost felt like it was a death in my life, as far as everyone was gone except for my parents. And so the one person that was like really keeping me steady did a 360 on me, treated me like the scum of the earth. And that really took a toll on me. I didn't know how to deal with that because it never happened to me before. And, one day I was going to class, and I came out of class not feeling like I did well on whatever it was we were doing in class. And I was noticing people looking at me strange, and I was like, why are they looking at me strange? Then I realized that someone was talking about me online to a lot of people at UM. And they're looking at me strange because they thought they knew who I was, I guess. I don't know. And it was not a nice feeling. On top of me being exhausted because I couldn't sleep. And so and it hit me that my grandma had finally died. Like she was gone. She wasn't coming back. A lot of things at once hit me that day. Not just those two things, but those were two of the like prominent things that hit me. And I got back to my room. Luckily, no one was there, and I had collected all these bottles of different medicines because over the year I had gotten sick several times. So they gave me different medicines for different things I was sick from. And I took those medicines. I started pouring out pills. And I got me a big bottle of water and took all of them in hopes that I would sleep without waking up. Because that was my problem. I couldn't sleep because every time I tried to go to sleep, I just ended up waking up 10, 15 minutes later. Or I couldn't actually fall asleep at all. So I was like, this will help me go to sleep. I won't wake back up. And in the grand scheme of things, this was me saying, I don't want to be alive. I don't see any benefit or reward for me still being here. And that, my friends, is your lowest point, when you don't see yourself fitting in the world. Thankfully, I didn't take enough where I had to go to the hospital or anything, but I did wake back up. I told my friends about my roommate, about what I did, and she helped me get to the counseling center, and that's something I kind of always wanted to go to but never went because it just wasn't possible. And thankfully, college campuses have counseling centers that you pay for in your tuition, so if you ever need it, you should go. But I went to the counseling center and they diagnosed me with anxiety and depression. I want to help other people that are like me, and when I say that are like me, I want them to know they are not just one in the several thousand kids that go to their school. They are someone whose life is important. You have friends and family that care about you. And the worst thing in the world is to see those people that care about you crying because they don't know how to deal with what you're going through. And I want people to understand that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm starting a nonprofit organization that works with college and high school aged kids that just need a little extra help, push, to kind of seek out some help. Because a lot of kids my age don't know that it's okay to be upset about whatever it is you're upset about. It's okay. Don't let anyone belittle your problems. If they're big to you, that means somebody is going to care. My nonprofit organization is called Share the Torch, and it's something I'm proud of. It's my baby, and I'm just working to shine a light to those people living in darkness. So if you have to turn to cutting, drinking, smoking, partying, whatever that thing that negatively impacts your life, you don't have to do that. You really don't. And I know a lot of people think, oh, nobody else is going to care, blah, blah, blah. But somebody does care. And you're important. You are important. And I hope that people that see this video kind of be intrigued to learn about it. And with Share the Torch, it's a nonprofit that we're going to hold at least yearly summits about depression and anxiety education. So learning how to deal with it yourself and also learning how to recognize it. So it's okay to need some help. And Share the Torch is about sharing your light to someone in darkness. And once you get some light, sharing it to someone else. That's all it's about. Because knowledge is light. And that's something that really helps you defeat almost any illness, especially mental ones. Because mental illnesses are something that you really have to work on. It's an everyday thing. It's something that society doesn't put a lot of push to make sure that you're mentally healthy. And that's something I want people to start realizing is important as well. So I need you guys' help to help spread this video, help get more people. I need some volunteers that will help me organize and plan my summit for the end of the summer. It's going to be right before kids start going back to school, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I have faith that even just sharing my own story will help somebody else share theirs. And that's what this world is about. Helping other people. That's what I'm about, at least. So if you guys can be torchlighters and share this information with other people, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye. It's okay now.